Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Heart of New Jersey podcast. I'm Kira, your host, and alongside me today, we have Ron and Jillian. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have you guys here today. We're going to talk all things Far Hill Race meeting. You guys are the professionals on that side of things. Do you guys just want to introduce yourself and how you guys are involved?
Certainly. Ron Kennedy, I'm the chairman of the Far Hills Race Meeting Association, which sponsors the Far Hills Steeplechase race. I've been involved for about 35 years now. Lots of fun, lots of excitement, and excited to continue what we're doing.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm Jillian Kennedy. I'm one of the operations coordinators for the event, and that's all things site setup, a little social media, and a lot of different ways to just make the event really nice for everyone on race day.
Awesome. This is definitely one of the biggest events in Somerset County, so I'm sure there's a lot of planning that goes into everything. Do you guys want to give a little history, tradition, background on the race itself?
Certainly. Yeah, I can give it to, because there's a lot of different words that are used. So the steeplechase race, okay, we hear the hunt.
The hunt,
okay,
yes.
We hear Far Hills Race Meeting.
Yeah.
It's all these different elements that have been said over, many, many years of having it. But it really started in Montclair back in the 1870s.
Okay.
And it started as what was a fox hunting organization called the Essex Fox Hunt that started that. And then in the early 1900s, that organization moved out to this area, to Peapack Gladstone and into Far Hills. And I think the first actual race itself on the property was 1916. And it's grown, obviously, into something completely different than what that is today, around a racetrack on grass, and have these beautiful horses that are racing on around the property. So it started as a thank you to the local residents that allowed them to fox hunt on the property.
Which is awesome. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I guess that's where the hunt
comes
from.
That
I always
caused
wondered that. I'm like,
and it goes back
where
to
does
fox
that...
hunting.
Okay.
There's no fox hunting done now on there, but that was the old traditions that started the event.
And it's been passed down. So
it has. So we're actually raced now for 100. This will be our 104th year of doing the steeplechase race on this property.
So next year is a big one, 105.
Yes. We got delayed in COVID, though, because that was canceled. That was supposed to be our 100th.
Okay.
And we had a little pause with COVID.
Yeah.
We couldn't race that year.
Oh, gosh. Jillian, from your perspective, what makes this event so special year after year?
Yeah, so I think we've taken that tradition, and naturally, I would say the racegoers and the town and the community have kept the generational movement and evolution of the event alive. So I think it really comes down to the people. Obviously, we're on a really unique property. If you live in the area, you drive by it, you know the allure of the hunt grounds.
Yeah.
So it's really fun to be able to obviously be there on race day and just live this natural sporting event all around you and be able to get a lot of different things with friends and family. We've had people that have tailgated for hundreds of years, families that started way back in race one and were on those farms and those families there. So I think that's what makes it special, and being able to see people that know of it and have come and really enjoy it, that's, and come back year over year. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, having that family tradition as this is your event this year that you're going to, that you've been passed down through generations is definitely a special thing.
And it's the friends, too. It's the reunion. It's when they come back.
Bringing
it's
everybody
typically
together.
College kids. It's the Thanksgiving weekend is the reunion. You come back. In our area, people that grew up there that know the property and know the race event, it's the reunion. They fly back from college, and after college, they bring their friends that have come in the past, and that grows, and those traditions grow.
I mean, I remember going during college. One of our friends owned a company, so we got a tent. Yeah. We're like, this is great. We're having all our friends together. We're going to hang out. We're going to bet a little bit on some horses. It's just a great time.
And that's the fun part, because it's a great social event in this beautiful piece of property, watching a really elegant sporting event going on of horse racing.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, it's giving back to charity.
Exactly, which is awesome.
It's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah, all around. So 2025, is there anything new and exciting you guys have going on? I know previously we had kind of talked about your new sections and stuff like that you have. Yeah. So if you want to talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So in addition to, obviously, we talked a lot about tailgating and being able to bring your car, bring your friends and family, and host a tailgate spot. That still exists. I think we've had a lot of people just automatically renew year over year. So that's still there. You just said private tents and companies that want to come, again, still alive and well. If anyone's interested, obviously, we still have those for sale too.
Awesome.
But two things that have really helped, I think, people that don't have a home or don't want to do a tailgate and obviously don't have a larger party are the Chairman's Tent and the Hunt Club. So Chairman's Tent has been around for a number of years. It's the best spot right along the race rail. You're right next to the horses. Great buffet. You get dressed up. That's where you wear your fascinator. Yes. And you come in and kind of spend the day there. So that's still our showcase tent right along the tower and the paddock area where the horses are coming in and out. And that will stay this year.
Awesome.
And will be, bigger and better. And we're really excited about the Hunt Club. So the Hunt Club has been around for a couple of years. This is the first year that it's all inclusive. So one ticket will get you into the tent for food and drinks. We have a number of different drink sponsors that are coming, a number of different activities in there, a lot of merch and different vendors that will be in that tent area.
Awesome.
So the goal in this tent is if you want to come to race day, you don't want to have 6 friends figure out a tailgate spot and figure out who's bringing chairs, who's bringing lunch.
All those logistics.
And breakfast. This is the place for you. You can come in and out of the tent. You can go see your friends at all the different spaces. But there's, couches, cornhole, again, food and drink. It's right along our back stretch. You're right on the track. You see a great horse jump. So you're already watching 6 great races from that spot. So
that's awesome.
That's the place to go if I were enjoying race day. That's where I would be going. Enjoying it as a spectator.
I'm convinced. So with that, do you have to buy a spectator ticket as well as the Hunt Club ticket? Okay.
Yeah, so general admission tickets are $110. Everyone on the property has to buy those. This is the same with Chairman's as well. Gotcha. The Hunt Club is a $100 ticket. So if you want to go to the Hunt Club and you need to buy a general admission ticket, it's $210 all in.
Which all inclusive, $100. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, we got a lot of fun liquor vendors and just different food vendors and merch as well. Yes. So it will be a great time.
The merch is so funny because my fiance's mom always talks about how she begged for this sweater years ago, probably 20, 30 years ago. And she's like, I still have it and I'm going to wear it the next time I go.
That's great. Because we do very limited merchandise. We just started a partnership last year with Faraday Company that does high-end clothing.
Okay.
That we're branding Far Hills Race
it's such
and Faraday,
good quality.
Which is
yeah.
great. So we're doing that. So that'll be available both in the Hunt Club and in our Slaughter Vendor Village.
Awesome.
That they'll be there.
That'll be
so
cool.
It's
I'll
something
definitely have to
that
go
we
check
haven't
that
done
out.
that in many, many years. So we just started it last year.
Okay. Well, I'm glad it's coming back because I need to get one.
Yes.
Okay, so you talked a little bit about the vendor village. You touched on that. What else can we find there besides apparel?
So we have, I think we're up to 25 different vendors that are in our vendor village this year.
Okay.
And that's growing and it's good. And it's a place that we've had some long-term vendors that have been there and they do well and they keep growing as more people get to that area. It's household, I'll say goods. It's fashion, which is really important for the races. We know it's merchandise. It's a flower arranger is in there, and it's just a lot of different local businesses that come there and display their wares and do well, and they enjoy it and they enjoy the day. And people come down there and visit that area, and it's a nice collection and a good mix of different types of vendors that are there. Yep. Some jewelry that are in there. Forget some of the other ones that are.
Well, I have a few that we can just
if
anyone wants to know. Banner House, K&Co Living, Les Alfred, Garden Cottage, and our very own Far Hills Hans Clothier. Those are just some of the many vendors that we'll see.
Awesome. That's exciting. And where, in location-wise, where can people find that?
So it is on the hilltop. And we talk about hilltop versus infield. So when you're looking at the racetrack, you'll see there's a natural hill that rises up, and there's a number of tailgate spots there. Big tents on top are corporate tents and private tents. In the hilltop area, you'll see a very large white tent with signage that says Vendor Village. But everyone has a little spot in there that you can wander through. Cool. So pretty accessible from anywhere on the grounds, and pretty obvious that you can kind of see it out.
Yeah. I was going to say, once you're in there, once you're like in, you're like, where is everything?
Yeah. Find higher ground and you'll find it.
Okay, that's the key. So, of course, the racing is obviously the centerpiece of this event. Can you guys talk a little bit about what's coming up, what makes it unique?
Certainly. So a couple of key points. The purse money that we do for the Far Hills Steeplechase event is the richest steeplechase event in the United States with the National Steeplechase Association. I believe there's a total of 28 races up and down, primarily the East Coast, that have similar types of events. Ours is bigger, and certainly the purses are the most. The key race in that, which is, I'll say, the Kentucky Derby of the steeplechase, is run at Far Hills. It's called the Grand National. And that is by itself the richest steeplechase race, and the best horses that are in the program that are part of steeplechase racing race in that race. They have to be nominated, they have to be selected, and it's an elite group that get into that race. And last year we had a great horse called Snap Decision that came out and won. I think the past 3 years prior to that, he worked really hard at trying to get there and came in second place 3 years in a row.
Oh, wow.
Put the best foot forward, and it was, the people that knew the racing were really excited to see him win last year. With the purse money being what it is, and on the higher end, we're also now attracting more and more European horses, primarily from Ireland and England. So we'll have somewhere between 10 and 13 horses that will come from overseas to race in this race.
Oh, wow.
And steeplechase racing is large over there, certainly bigger. It's more like flat racing in the United States.
Okay.
So they'll bring their best over, competing against the American horses for those prizes and those purses. So it's highly competitive, and it'll be a really great day of racing. We also added in 3 or 4 years ago a flat race, that it's not steeplechase racing. So one a year that we bring horses, mostly from the tri-state area, that will come in and do a flat race over the turf, and race, and a lot faster, a lot quicker. But the horses that will generally run at Saratoga or Belmont or down at Monmouth Park.
Oh, wow.
That come up and race for the day.
Yeah.
One race a year.
That's cool.
It'd be exciting.
Are there any horses this year that you guys are keeping your eye on?
There's a couple of them. What we don't know with the overseas, there's 2 horses overseas that we're expecting to come here yet, but they haven't been. They have to be nominated and they have to be selected. So there's a process that we don't take care of. The National Steeplechase Association take care of. We're hoping they come because there'll be good competition for Snap Decision.
Can you give us any names?
I can't.
No, okay.
Because I can't say if they don't come. I can't say where they are.
There's
a lot on the line now that we know.
There is.
Okay. All right. They're going to be good competition.
They are.
Okay.
Yes.
The names are my favorite part, especially when I'm betting. I'm like, I bet based on names.
Or
all these people have their books
color.
and everything. I'm like, no, I just need to see what they look like, and I need to know what their names are.
Well, we started the betting, it's probably about 10 years ago, that Monmouth Park partnered with the Far Hills Races, that we actually do live betting that day, that you can do now on your phones. Everything's on apps these days, but you do it on a phone, and it's great. It's great to see the interaction.
I won $50 last time.
I was so
like,
happy.
Yes.
That's a big win.
So for people that are coming for their first time, is there anything they need to know or prepare for? What can they expect? I mean, you guys touched a little bit on everything, but just from a first-timer's perspective.
Yeah, I would say go with the flow and the people flow. Find your home base. If you want an experience that you see that you want to go experience, go. I think Hunt Club tickets are sold day of if you're wandering around and wanting to find a place to go.
Okay, good to
that's
know.
it. Obviously, there's you can get stuck in your own little area, as you said, but go walk around. It's a beautiful venue. It's great people watching.
Yeah.
And I think just enjoy the day.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of movement, but it's the best of a Giants game and a concert and all those venues in one.
Yeah,
So.
definitely. And you get to see some horses.
Yes. And one of the things about the property and how we have it laid out is it's supposed to be fluid where you can move around. And before I was involved in the races, I grew up down the street. And I remember as I started there with my parents going there years ago when it was much smaller than it is now. And this was in the late 60s, early 70s. When I was in the local Boy Scout troop, we used to go pick up garbage back in the mid 70s in there. But as I become a young adult, I just remember not involved with the races yet, getting that program and finding all the groups of friends that I wanted to go visit. And I said, all right, there's 8 different groups that I wanted to go visit of the day. So I think that mobility of getting around the property, going, seeing other people, seeing friends that you haven't run into, or just even walking down these aisles, all of a sudden you bump into people you haven't seen in a while.
You're like, oh
so
my
that
gosh.
reunion of space, because it's so local, you know,
Yeah.
that you have in there, that reunion of people in space is really special about that. So it is get up and get around. Don't stay in one space.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things to see on the property.
Definitely. I totally agree. I mean, it's awesome that they have the Hunt Club now too, and that you can just kind of walk in and be like, all right, I'm
Be
good.
entertained.
I'm set.
There you go.
What do you hope people take away from this year's race?
I think, obviously, you know, having fun, being together, wanting to, a sense of community, enjoying the horses, and just really being a part of the community that a lot of people either live in the community already or just enjoying what the Somerset Hills area has to offer.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfect because a lot of people are coming home from college around that time. Bring your out-of-state friends, give them a little sense of what's going on.
And
here.
if you live in New York City, don't be afraid to come.
Yes.
The train
We
is
are
not that bad.
Yeah.
It is not that far.
It's
you
a
can
nice
go to
escape
the
from the
Hunt
city.
Club. Yep. It's a great way to spend the day outside.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think truly one of the takeaways that we talk about as an organization is the fact is the event itself is what makes this area cool, fun, have a good time, what promotes this. So we are definitely an event that is trying to promote what's special about the area we all live in, we all work in, we all play in, and getting people from outside this area that come out there and they get the reaction, wow, look at this place.
Yeah.
And if they're coming out of the city or they're coming out with a friend from college, and that's great because they're the people that later are going to come live here, buy our houses, you know, go to the schools and shop in our shops. And I think that is something that we focus on and how are we making sure we're supporting the bigger community.
Yeah.
We certainly support healthcare in the region. We've given over $20 million away to healthcare in the region over the years. But it's also about supporting ourselves, supporting the bigger community. And we think that the event itself is the takeaway we want. They're driving home. They said, fun day, really cool, special area in this part of the state to be in.
Something that you don't get to do every day.
It is. It's unique.
Yeah.
There's nothing in New Jersey like this.
Exactly.
You know?
There's a reason it's once a year.
Yes. So can you guys give us a little bit of details on when the event is, what time people can get there, what they can bring, etc.?
It's the 18th, right?
It is.
It's Saturday, October 18th. Gates open at 8 a.m.
Okay.
The races start at 1. So
Okay.
the first horse
have some
race
time.
will be at 1 p.m. So we tell people if you want to get there at 8 a.m., get your tailgate spot ready, you're good to go.
Start hanging out.
Yeah. Most people get there between 10 and 11.
Okay.
Obviously, that brings the most amount of traffic, too. So, again, be patient with the car lines. The last race is approximately 4:30 p.m., and that's when the horses will post. So it'll be a little bit between then is when gates start closing so that the track can start, getting prepared to run. So there's a natural rhythm and a lot of people there to help out if you need to get to where you need to be. One thing different for this year or that we're just trying to streamline from a logistics perspective is if you're driving and bringing your car, print your parking pass.
Okay.
The reason we say that is because it's all color coded. So we get you to the right spot and to the right location. So we need to see that you have a green ticket so that we can get you to your green area. So we'll see how that goes. I know, that's a patron's worst nightmare every year is just trying to wait in line for traffic at any sporting event or venue.
Yeah.
So we're doing what we can to kind of move people along, get people to the right spot, and obviously get people starting to enjoy the day. But you can come in and out. If you have to leave for a sporting event or a kid's soccer game, it's okay. We want you there more than we want
Come
you there
when you can.
From 8 to 5. So
yeah, you definitely don't need to spend the whole day there, but you can if you want to and if you have the time.
Yes.
So.
And we also started with a couple of years ago that we partnered now with Fox Sports. So the whole day is broadcasted, I think, for 6 hours.
Oh my gosh.
There's a broadcast live on Fox Sports 1. Awesome. That's a program with the New York Racing Association, and it live streams our race, and it live streams the Belmont course race at the same time. So it goes back and forth all day long. So even if you attended it, go record it, watch it, and there's a lot of photos
Go home and
and
rewatch
video of the day and the crowds and everything else.
That's cool.
So it's a big showcase. And even for the attendees, you get to record it, watch it, and it's pretty interesting to see you in your own sporting event.
That's cool. Yeah. And where exactly are the grounds? Can you tell everybody?
I can. It's so in Far Hills, it's a tiny community.
Okay.
I think the population's under 1,000 people.
Yep.
Okay. So it's at the intersection of Route 202 and Peapack Road, and it is just off the intersection of 287 and 78. So it's about 2 miles away from that. Mm-hmm. It's easy access in and out. Obviously, there's a lot of cars at one time, but it is pretty easy access off the interstate highway system.
Honestly, I feel like, too, you see the line of traffic and you're like, oh, this is going to take forever, but it goes quick.
It does.
It really does. You guys are organized in the way that you guys have it set up, and now that you have different color-coded areas.
And you can, you don't have to be in New York City to take the train either.
Yeah.
The Far Hills train station is right up the road.
Yep.
You walk across a small street to get to our grounds.
Yeah. Nice and easy.
Yep. Wear comfortable shoes. It is a lot of walking.
Yes.
It is a farm, a big farmland. But it's not as daunting as it seems.
Yeah.
And we want to promote the fashion-conscious crowd, too.
Yes.
I mean, that's a big deal.
That's the best part.
It is.
I feel like I'm like, oh, gotta find my best fall outfit I have.
Exactly.
And where can everybody buy tickets and find out more information?
Everything's on our website, www.farhillsrace.org. And you can look at all your different ticket options there. There's a lot of event maps, so you can find your way around. But the website is key. There's a really good FAQ section if you need it. And if you have questions, obviously our email's on there as well. We are on Instagram, X, all of the Facebook,
all those socials.
All of the things. If you need to get in contact with us, you can do it there as well.
Cool.
And we're happy to answer any questions and obviously have everyone there on race day.
Yeah, definitely. Well, awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting.
We can't wait to be there this year, and fingers crossed for good weather.
Yes.
Because good weather makes it a great event.
Sure
so,
does.
yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.